So you want to roll an oracle? Well, here's what you need to know. I imagine the conversation went something like this. Hey gods?
What's up?
You know how you all represent different aspects of reality that sometimes overlap with each other?
Yeah?
And whoever reveres you and follows your rules gets magic powers?
Bit of a gross oversimplification, but what about it?
Well, I was thinking, what if I just revered those aspects of reality themselves and got magic that way so I don't have to deal with all that anathema business?
Sure, but it'll cost you.
And that's the Oracle, a delver into the mysteries of the universe who was cursed for digging too deep. If you're thinking about becoming an Oracle, you have to ask yourself, is the sacrifice worth it? To answer that, we first need to see what you stand to gain from the bargain. In addition to all the standard spellcasting benefits, Oracles gain access to a handful of feats that give them a little extra oomph in exchange for exacerbating their curse. Nothing too crazy. A little extra damage here, a bit more healing there, maybe summoning a couple ghost warriors like Aragorn in Return of the King. The trade-off is that you get a stacking debuff every time you use one of these abilities. Also, your body can only physically handle so much of the curse at one time, meaning you need to refocus if you want to reset the curse and keep using your cheat powers. Think of them as a separate set of focus spells with the same recharge time that also hurt you. Which debuff you get depends on which subclass you pick, each of which also comes with some additional perks to sweeten the deal. It's kinda like going into STEM and deciding which corporate overlord's benefits package is good enough to make you overlook the damage working for them does to your soul. Ancestors gives you a group of ghost grannies who can spook your enemies, save you from mind control, or turn you into a ghost so you can escape awkward Thanksgiving conversations. Triggering your curse makes you clumsy as your dead relatives try to drag you in different directions and... No. Obvious overbearing parent jokes aside, I'm not lowering my own AC and reflex saves just to use a core class feature. Fuck you, next. Honestly, the Battle Mysteries curse is kind of moot for 90% of encounters. If you're not fighting spellcasters, it doesn't matter that magic hits you like Truck Kun in an isekai. Conversely, using martial weapons on a class that isn't designed to use any weapons isn't that enticing, even with a free reactive strike every round. If you pick this mystery, it's either because you want to use curse-bound feats with the least amount of drawback, or you really like getting a bonus to saves as a reaction. Which you should, cause it's bonkers. I overthought way too hard about the Bones Mysteries curse, so let me explain just in case anyone is just as confused as I was. If it heals the living and does vitality damage to the undead, it heals you. Same thing with void damage and void healing. I was thinking you took the healing and the damage at the same time, which almost gave me what medical professionals call a brain ouchie. Personally, I think the penalty to fortitude is a much bigger concern, because no amount of temp HP, damage resistances, or mind-controlled zombies is gonna save you from dying to a crit fail on snake venom. Cosmos is a fun one. A couple damage spells and a bridge that doubles as an impenetrable wall, and all your curse does is make you weaker and easier to manhandle, which depending on your sexual preferences might be more boon than bane. Flames does exactly what you'd expect. You set everything on fire, and everything also includes you. Here's hoping you have a capable healer nearby. Speaking of which, Life Oracles. Your focus spells give you some extra healing options, on top of letting you take some damage for your allies, suppress an affliction for an hour, or hurt any undead who touch you. Only problem is you yourself become harder to heal, so maybe don't use that first focus spell too much. Knowledge is power, as they say, and lore oracles take that to heart. Read a target's mind in the most painful way possible. A free lore skill for the one time in a campaign a specific lore skill is useful. And the power to fuck with resistances and weaknesses. The downside is that the curse makes you see patterns that aren't there to the point that you're distracted from everything around you and sometimes get so overcome with sensory overload that you basically can't function. But hey, we play tabletop RPGs. Chances are that's just a Thursday for most of us. For those who want to be a blaster caster but think fire damage is too basic, I present to you the Tempest Mystery. You get a couple damaging focus spells with some potential penalties on top, and another get the hell out of dodge button. It's such a shame that the damage and penalties are also applied to you for daring to pick this subclass. Nothing you get from this mystery even comes close to justifying a curse this harsh. Hard pass. So that's the Oracle in a nutshell. Is the power worth the price? That's for you to decide. Personally, if I were willing to debase my soul to this extent for greater power, I wouldn't get into magic. I'd be in politics.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!